My name is Eberhart-Bliss, and I'm the English department chair at QO. I have a 4-year-old daughter. I'm super proud of her. I'm super proud to be her mom. The other day, she came home from preschool. She was really upset. And she said a new person at school didn't want to play with her. She sobbed for like a few minutes, feeling really rejected. She said to me, "I want to be her friend. I want her to like me." I told her, let's go back to school the next day. Let's just try again. Maybe things would be different. Humans, we just have this desire, right? We have this desire to be liked. This desire to be liked is directly correlated to the desire to be accepted. Let's apply this idea of wanting to be liked and accepted to the high school experience. In high school, life revolves around figuring out who you are in a myriad of ways. Academically, socially, mentally, artistically, athletically, musically, all the other leads. Heads up, you're always going to be figuring out who you are. Always. There are adults right now. They have beards and gray hairs, perhaps, listening to me. They're smiling, they're nodding their heads in agreement because they get it. They're still figuring out who they are. They're 28, they're 38, they're 58, they're 102. Life is about this process. Figuring out who you are, wanting to be liked. In the process of wanting to be liked and accepted, we also start to notice, though, how we're different or similar to those around us. We notice how Natalie can rock out on a bass guitar. We struggle to keep a beat while we're clapping. We notice how Tyrone can dunk a basketball as a freshman and we're barely able to dribble. We notice how Chanel can solve this complex calculus problem in seconds, and we're not even sure how to use or maybe not even pronounce Pythagorean theorem. As we continue to figure out who we are, we notice how we're similar or different from what society expects, what our parents, what our guardians, the adults in our lives, what they expect, what the established norm expects. And if we're different, too different from the established social norm, we might find ourselves not liked, not accepted, and worse, ignored or erased. And this is incredibly tough to experience. But that is where you enter stage right. You, that person sitting there in your pajamas, you, the person whose name I see on that black box on Zoom, you, the adult who's reaching for some more coffee right now. Here's where we all come in. We have the power to change the established social norm. How? You may wonder, or I'm forcing you to wonder right now, by being inclusive. Merriam-Webster defines inclusive as 1, covering or including everything. 2, open to everyone, but not limited to certain people. And 3, including the stated limits and everything in between. Everything in between. That's who we are, QO. We're everything in between. We're Black, we're white, we're Hispanic, we're Asian, we're multiracial, multilingual, we're gay, we're lesbian, transgender, questioning, religious, non-religious, socioeconomically diverse, red and Black clothing wearers who may or may not love peanut butter. I'm you, you're me. We are everything in between. We are inclusive. How are we inclusive? We include. We don't leave one another behind, no matter what they look like, sound like, who they love. We don't overlook the person sitting there beside us with a different accent, make fun of them. We don't, we include. Why? Because we're everything in between. Look at this logo. Totally proof of our inclusivity, right? My daughter, that 4-year-old I mentioned earlier, she went back to school the next day. She made a friend with someone who's very different from her. Go do the same. Go include. Go prove for everything in between.